Right, let's start today's session. See, in the last lecture of Python, we were discuss about how to download and install Python software and complete setup of Python we discuss. Okay, so even we have launched PyCharm editor successfully. So this is the regular editor which I'm going to use in our class. That is PyCharm editor. So apart from PyCharm editor, we have seen how to write the Python program using interactive mode, script mode, and Python ideally through. So let's open a PyCharm editor today. So from today onwards, I'm going to write complete Python code or programming in PyCharm editor only. So yesterday we have launched PyCharm editor, right? So let's open this PyCharm editor now. Okay. So to open PyCharm editor, simply go to the search and type PyCharm. So there is PyCharm 2025.1, what we launched yesterday. So the moment when I open PyCharm editor, last time what application through I worked, that application is opening, that project is opening, but it's not your project. Okay. So this is my previous batch project. So to open your project folder in PyCharm editor, file menu, open option is there in the PyCharm editor settings, open. Once you click on open, you have to find out your location of your project folder. So I created the project folder in this system users, computer name, and then PyCharm projects. And the project folder name is Python project 8am, right? So this is the folder which I created in the last lecture. So in this folder only we have added some Python files. So Python project 8am is the folder, and then select this folder, and then automatically it will ask you open this project in this window. Means automatically in place of Python project 7am, 8am will be load. New window means it's completely open new window. Attach means here only in the below Python project 7am, 8am also will be added. So cancel means it will cancel. Let me open in this window only. So this is the two files which we created in the last lecture, like test.py, okay, and test1.py. Both files are available here. Okay. And look at this. In this PyCharm editor, one more advantage also there. So if you write program in PyCharm editor, what is the advantage? I'll tell you, for example. So A equals to 10. Okay. Then B equals to 20. C equals to A plus B. And then print C. Result is coming like this. But notice this, if I run this program test1.py, right click, run test1. So I'm getting the output like 30, right? Yes. But even though you are getting the output, but this style of code is not good practice in real time. Because you may think that everything is fine. No, so code is correct and value is also getting clear. Yes, it's absolutely fine. But the problem is in this example, what you notice that. So according to Python enhancement proposal, there is a standard proposals are there, especially which are that standards are coming from Python Software Foundation community. So they're giving some guidelines to the developers to do a code in particular format. So, but by looking this code is, it's correct, but formatting is not correct. Formatting means what? Look at this. When we place mouse pointer on equal to sign, so they are saying like missing white space around operator. So do you want to reformat the file? They're asking you to click on reformat the file. So once I click on reformat the file, automatically you can see this is the correct way to write the code. After variable, some space, and then parameter operator, then space 10 only. But this type of facilities will not be there in interactive window, script mode, or ideally. So this is the real-time style of program writing code. So because professional developers can write in professional way, so you have to write the code in this way only. So how do you know that whether it is correct format or not according to Python enhancement proposal means? So you have to use a proper editor like PyCharm editor, and it will suggest you write a code in proper standard format. You have to habituate like this in the practice time only, so it will be helpful in real time. But if you don't use proper editor like PyCharm, then if you go through Notepad or script mode or interactive window, so they don't any suggestions whether you're following a standard format or not. So whether you're following instructions which are given by Python and enhancement proposals or not, you don't know. So that's what I recommend you to use proper editor like PyCharm editor. Okay, some advantages are there here. And even some color combination, like here we are using PyCharm editor, it's completely GUI. So the color of the variables like black letters and the values are blue and functions are blue. And sometimes we can use some attributes that will be color in red. At least based on the background theme, by looking the color of the character or word, you can easily identify whether it is variable or function or attribute. Okay, like that way. So these are the basic advantages when we use proper editor. Okay, fine. Now let's start today's session. In today's lecture, I'm going to discuss most important fundamental concept in Python. Yes, what are the fundamentals? We'll see that. Python fundamentals. If you don't know about these fundamentals, then we can't write further logic programming. Remember, these fundamentals are very, very important to us. So Python fundamentals. Okay, fine. So in Python fundamental programming, first concept is comments, and second one is keywords. These also called as reserved words. Reserved words. And third one is third one is identifiers. Identifiers. And then fourth one is variables. And then fifth, multiple assignment. Multiple assignment. And then sixth one is very important. Most of the beginners, they might get confusion in Python, especially beginners, like indentation. So these are most important fundamental concept in Python. Comments, keywords or reserved words, identifiers, variables, multiple assignment, then indentation. So let's discuss about comments. These are comments are very common in every language, right? So not only Python, like C language or C++, Java, C#.NET, any language comments are very common. So comments can be used in two different situations. One is, for example, I'm a programmer. I'm writing some logic for my application development. In the process of writing logic, okay, if I don't leave any comments, so in case if I left from the job, so in place of my role, somebody come. So if they look at my code, they don't understand really what purpose I have written the code, right? So that's what better to leave the comment section while writing that logic. So by reading your comment section, other programmers may understand what purpose you have written the code. Not only other programmers, even if you write code, if you write code today, then after few days, if you look at back your code, then even you can't understand what purpose you have written the code, right? So that's what just for understanding the code, what function you declared and what purpose you define, okay, where you are calling. These are all descriptive manner. You have to write the comment section in your program. This is one of the advantage. And another advantage is sometimes while implementing the logic and execution of the logic, some sort of lines do you want to ignore from the execution, then you can put that lines into comment section. Whenever you put that lines into comments, then automatically the Python interpreter will ignore those lines from the execution. That means it will exclude from the execution. That is the purpose of comments. Again, if you want to include in the execution, then you can use uncomment like that. But how the comment should be in Python means comment always starts with hash sign. For example, you can look at this code. Suppose here I'm writing some logic again. So hi, hello, or something like this. So I'm executing this test1.py. So when I execute this test1.py, we got the result a plus b 10 plus 20 30. Along with this result, we got here hi, hello also printed, right? But I don't want to execute these two lines. Then put them into comment like hash sign starting with hash sign. So this is commenting in Python. It won't execute. So Python interpreter simply ignore these two lines from the execution. Okay, because you have put them into comment. Again, uncomment, simply you can remove the hash sign. So it will be uncomment. Now it works only everything code. But now this time I want to comment these lines, like 1 to 4 lines. But keeping multiple lines in comment section it is typical, right? Even if you starts with single hash each and every line separately, that is not good practice. But there is a shortcut for comment section, control plus forward slash. So select the number of lines, how many do you want to include in comment section, then press control plus forward slash from your keyboard. But suppose here I'm selecting all these lines, control forward slash, so automatically commented. So once I start execution, now you can see hi, hello only there, but this output is not coming. And do you want to keep this also? Select this commenting, control forward slash, and enter the code. You can select it and control forward slash uncomment now. So control forward slash is for comment as well as uncomment. Look at this, comment, uncomment, comment, uncomment, like this. So this is very simple way to do comment section in Python. The next fundamental concept is keywords or reserved words. Yes, every programming language is having its own keywords. That words are called reserved words. Reserved words means the word which is reserved for particular task, then you have to use that word for same task only. You can't use that word for your own purpose. Okay, that is called reserved words. Any language like C, C++, Java, .NET is having reserved words or keywords common. So I'm saying once again, Python will have some sort of keywords, and each keyword can be reserved for some particular kind of task. For which task it is reserved, same task purpose you have to use that word. You can't use that word for other reasons. Okay, yes. How to get the keywords which are present in Python version, current version keywords, how many are there? What are the keywords I want to display? To do that, very simple program is required. Just 2 lines program is required. Okay, so import keyword. So import keyword is what? It's a library. I said Python is having huge standard library to display all the keywords in Python language. So first of all, we have to import one of the library called keyword library and then print keyword.kwlist. So keyword is the library name. KWList is the class name. So in this class, we are getting complete keywords from keyword library. Once I run this, now you can see all keywords are appearing in the list format. So this is list format, sir. In Python, list can be created by using square bracket. Look at this, all words are present within the square bracket and closing. And remember that false, none, true, these 3 keywords only starting letter as capital. Remaining all the keywords are in lowercase. Because as I said, Python is a case sensitive programming language. Okay, Python is a case sensitive programming language. So that's the reason how the way the keywords are appearing, same way how to use it. F capital false, N capital none, T capital true, except these 3 keywords, remaining all are lowercase words only. And notice this, one of the keyword already I am using this test1.py. That keyword name is called what? Import. So you can check import is also one of the keyword, right? Yes. So this keyword I'm using just because of what? Importing the library. So here import is a keyword. We are using that for importing the library name. Same, you can't use import keyword as your variable, right? Suppose here you can see import equals to 100. Will you use like this? No, it's wrong. So you are using this keyword as your variable, but it's not correct. So it will give error, invalid syntax. So if I try to give this, then this is correct. Variable name is I. there is no keyword name is called I, right? So that's what it's working fine. I value 100 is printed. So be careful while working with the names. If the name is keyword, that we can't use any other purpose like variable point of view like this. For example, you can see if is a keyword. You can't use if keyword as variable. Okay, if equals to 100 is not going to work. Even print if it is not also, it's not possible. Look at this. Is it working? No. If I use I double F, it's okay because there is no keyword name called I double F, right? So it's working well. It's a variable name only. You decided your variable name I double F only. So this is the way to get the keywords list in Python. Each keyword is important to us. I'll discuss each and every keyword in upcoming session according to the topic wise. I'll discuss clearly. All keywords will be covered during the topic discussion. Okay. Yes. But these two lines are quite enough to bring all the keywords in Python. Import keyword, print keyword.kw list. But these two lines you can also use in ideally software. Okay, like this. For example, integrated development learning environment. Previously, what we launched. Okay, so here also you can type import keyword, then simply keyword.kw list. Then we are getting complete keywords list in here also. Anywhere it works, no problem. Even if you write these two lines of code in Notepad and save with the .py and run in command prompt, there also you will be able to see the keywords in Python. So this is about keywords. Each keyword is important to us. Later we will discuss each and every keyword purpose according to the topic wise I'll include. Okay, right. Next, another important fundamental which you should not really ignore, these identifiers. So I'm telling you what is meaning of identifier. Very simple, sir. In Python programming language, any name is called identifier. Any name is nothing but either it can be a variable name or function name or class name or method name. Names. It's called identifier. Generally, how we can identify by its name, right? So how you can identify me by my name? How I can identify you by your name? So identifier is nothing but it's a name in Python. But while giving the name of the variable or name of the function or name of the class, you have to follow some rules and regulations. So that rules I am explaining now. Rules to define identifier. Rules to define the identifier. What rules are there? I'll tell you clearly. Rule number one. Okay, total 8 rules are there. Standard rules. You must follow these rules while giving the names in Python. Name in the sense any name. So rule number one, identifier can be a lowercase or uppercase. Uppercase. And identifiers are case sensitive. Yes. How the way you provide the name, same way how to access. These are the rules. Rule number one and rule number two. Yes, your variable name or function name or class name can be a lowercase or uppercase, but I strongly suggest you to maintain the lowercase only. What is the reason? I'll tell you that. And moreover, identifiers like names are case sensitive. Already I discussed in my previous lecture, Python is a case sensitive programming language. That means if you provide a name with lowercase, you have to be accessed with lowercase only. If you give the name uppercase, you have to access in uppercase only like that. Okay. So this is the rules and regulations compulsory you have to follow. Let's have the program with these 2 points, 2 rules by covering. Okay. Now, suppose here you can see this is my variable name empid equals to 1234 print empid. This is valid, right? Yes. We are declaring the variable name empid. We are printing the variable name empid. It's working fine. But if I try to access this into capital letter, it's not. You will get an error. What error? Name error. The name capital letter empid is not defined. Yes, you have defined the name, but you define small letter, right? 1234. But we don't have capital letter name. So that's the reason we are getting clearly the error is here. The name empid is not defined. Can I define capital letter? Yes, EMPID. So you have declared the variable name is lowercase, but you are trying to access the same variable in, sorry, you have declared the uppercase, you are trying to access uppercase. That's correct. But I am telling you, don't use capital letters. Better to use the names in lowercase. So you may get doubt what happens are if I use the names in capital letters in Python. Very simple. If you use any name in capital letters, all that leads to constant in Python. Means what is that? In Python language, there is no constant concept. Constant means that the variable value is fixed. You cannot change. But in other languages, people use const keyword, const. But in Python, we don't have any constant. But still, do you want to convey other people that your variable is constant and value is constant? Means better to declare the variable name in capital letters. But if other programmers who knows Python rules and regulations very well, by looking the variable name capital letter, they realize that this value is constant, they don't change. But still they want to change, they can change it because of Python do not have any constant type. Only for conveying point of view, we can declare the variable names or any names in capital letters that makes constant only. So unnecessarily don't go with capital letter declaration because the mean will be changed, that is constant variable. So do you want to really expose your variable as constant variable, then you can use capital letter only. Okay, this is the rule. So next rule number 3, identifier allow the digit. It allows the digits. Allows the digits. What digits? Will allow 0 to 9, obviously. Identifier allow the digits 0 to 9. But make sure that identifier should not start with the digit. Yes, this rule also there. It should not start with the digits. Okay. So first of all, you can see this the program here, EMP1 ID 5. Yes, this is the valid name because I said the name identifier can have the digit like EMP1 digit is there, ID 5 digit is there, right? So we are having the value like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm saying that the identifier should not start with the digit like this only. The name of the variable cannot start with a digit, right? You can see we are getting error. Syntax error, invalid decimal literality sign. So you can maintain the digits in the variable name or any name, but in the middle or last, but you can't start with your variable name or any name with the digit only. Starting should not be starts with digit. Now next rule number 5, identifier allows the underscore. It is only allows the special characters underscore only, not other characters. Okay, like you can see, identifier allows the underscore. Next, identifier should not be two or more parts. Should not be two or more parts. Yes, two or more parts of the identifier not allowed. In case if you want to declare two or more parts of the name, then better to combine together that names by using underscore special symbol. So for example, here EMP space ID, this is two-word name, right? Two words are there separately, two-word name. Then EMP underscore ID not valid. So to make this valid, better to combine these two words by using underscore sign. Then this is the valid expression. So this is correct way to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4 EMP underscore ID, EMP underscore ID like this only. Okay, we are getting the output clearly. The variable name 1, 2, 3, 4 like this one. So not only two parts, if you have more parts, you can use the underscore sign. Okay, and this is rule number 6. And the rule number 7 is if an identifier starts with underscore, then it is private. If an identifier starts with underscore, then it is private. We can say that. Yes, it is private only. See, in other languages like Java or C#, .NET or C++, They're having some access specifiers like private int ID. Okay, this is private variable. Or else they might mention like public int ID, public variable. But in Python, we don't have such type of access specifiers to declare the variables are private or public or protected or something. But in Python, we can define the variables like private or public symbolically. Symbolically means what? With symbols. Okay. So if an identifier starts with underscore, then it is private means, for example, you can see this emp underscore ID is there, right? So if it is starts with again underscore underscore, this is called private variable. Private variable. This is private. But if I don't starts with any name with underscores, then it is what? Public. So by default in Python language, all the variables and the methods, okay, are public nature only. Means generally while declaring the variable names and method names, we don't start with underscores, right? Directly names we can give. That's called public. If I declare the variable name starting with the two underscores or method name starting with the two underscore, that is private. So what is the meaning of public and private? You will be understand in upcoming sessions. This is not the right time to discuss because this part is under comes into object-oriented programming. So in object-oriented programming, generally we can deal with classes, right? So in one class, if I declare the variable like private, in the same class only we have to access, not in other class or outside of the class. But the same thing, if I declare the public variable in the same class, then that public variable we can access in any other class. Outside of the class, no restriction on it. So based on the restriction criteria, we can decide the variable is private or public. So in Python language, we can declare the variables and methods are by default public. But if you want to make private, better to start with underscores. So that later we'll discuss, don't worry. Now last rule is, already we discussed this rule in the context of keywords. No keyword, no keyword or reserved word can be used as identifier. Can be used as identifier. Yes, no keyword or reserved word can be used as identifier. Yes, it's not, because I said that if is a keyword, right? If keyword, how I'm using like variable, that's not possible. Okay, so already we discussed that. So total these 8 rules we need to follow while working with the names in Python. Names means identifier like variable name, function name, class name, or any name. If you don't follow these rules while giving the names, then it will give error. So the name always should be lowercase or uppercase. If you mention lowercase, you have to be accessed with lowercase. If you mention uppercase, you have to access with uppercase only. Okay. So rule number 6 should not be two or more parts, right? Yes, should not be two or more parts. This is means EMP one part, ID is another part. There is a space between two words. This is the rule number 6. If you want to include two numbers, two parts, then we can use underscore sign for combined together. This is valid because in the identifier rule number 5 says what? It allows the underscore, right? Underscore why it allow? Because of it should not be two parts, two or more parts only. Okay. So this is the rule number 6. So these are the identifiers like comments, keywords, reserved words, identifiers. Next, let me discuss about another fundamental concept like variables. So variable is also called as identifier. I can say that. Yes, obviously. What is variable? Variable is a named memory location actually. This is a separate definition is there for variable. Variable is also called as identifier. Identifier means it's a name like variable name. But variable is a named memory location. Named memory location. In Python, while declaring variable, while declaring a variable, while declaring a variable, we need not to specify, we need not to specify any data type because you know that why? Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. That's the reason we need not to specify any data type explicitly. In Python, while declaring a variable, we need not to specify any data type because Python is a dynamically typed language, and Python variable is nothing but named memory location. Named memory location means, for example, here A I'm taking, the value is 100, print A. Now I'm asking the question where the 100 value is going to store. Your answer is A, right? Yes, 100 value is going to store in A only. But for a variable, compulsory some memory is required, right, to hold the value of 100. So that's the reason A is a named memory location of this 100 value. So I'm asking you this 100 value where it is going to store means A only. But for A, Python has to provide some memory. That's what this is variable named memory location. So in the name of A only, the 100 value will store in the memory location. And if you want to get memory address of any variable, there is built-in function is there. You can see there is a built-in function called id function. Id is a built-in function. Okay, so it is a built-in function, and it is a built-in function which is used to get memory address of the variable or value. Memory address of the variable or any object in Python. So how to get memory address of this variable A means, look at this. For example, here I'm trying to bring ID of A. So identity we can call it as, this is ID means identity. In which memory ID A is there, this memory is there. You can see A memory is like this only. This is memory address of this A only. Okay. Like has changed, please let the rest. Yeah, fine. So for example, I'm taking one more variable like B equal to 200. Now let's print B. And now you can see I'm trying to find out print ID of B. Now listen carefully. This is important observation. I'm taking two variables A and B, and then I stored the two values in the A and B, two different values, 100 goes to A, 200 goes to B. So in this context, what Python will decide means Python will assign different memory for A and then B because values are different, right? So you can find out memory address of A and B. The memory address A is different, the memory address number B is different. Look at this ID through, I'm getting the memory address of A variable and B variable, and simply these are different memory allocation. So Python is arranging different memory for A variable to hold the value 100 and B variable different memory address to hold the 200 value. What happen in case if I try to mention 100 only for second variable B? So then Python will decide the same value as is representing by two variables, right? So Python will assign only one memory. In that memory only 100 is going to be stored. So once the Python assign same memory for the 100 value to that memory, any variable can be pointing like A through you can go or B through you can go. You can collect the data from same memory. Look at this memory address of the A and B is same. So depends on the value declaration. Okay. So you need not to specify any data type, right? Before integer, before a variable int or float, not required, because the reason is already explained in my previous lecture. Python is a dynamically typed memory location, dynamically typed language. So variable is a named memory location. In Python language, while declaring the variables, you need not to specify any data type because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. And there is a built-in function in Python called id function. Using this id function, we can get the memory address of the variable only clearly. Okay, so this is variables declaration clear. Next, have a look into multiple assignment. This is one of the common usage fundamental concept again in Python, multiple assignment. What is multiple assignment? I'll tell you that. Very simple, sir. Here, This is called single assignment. What we have assigned a single value to the single variable at once, right? So this is normal regular assignment. But in Python, sometimes we follow the multiple assignment concept. What is that? Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. And also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Yes. So multiple assignment is nothing but what? Process of assigning a single value to multiple variables means only one value we can assign at once to the multiple variables. And also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables means number of values, number of variables. Let's have a look into that. So you can see A equals to B equals to C equals to 10. So why this line? Because instead of A equal to 10 or instead of B equal to 10, C equal to 10, value is same for three variables, right? Why don't I read, why I should write these three lines? Waste of time. So this I'm doing now directly, assigning single value to multiple variables A, B, C all together at once. Then print it now. Print A, print B, print C like this one. Okay, yes. So this is multiple assignment concept. Only one value I am assigning together multiple variables like A and B and C. But we are printing this A variable separately by using separate print function A, B, C. That's what we are noticing the output is present in the line by line, right? But can't we display this output in the same line? Yes, possible. Look at this A comma B comma C. That means same line only it's appearing. But the moment when I bring the output into same line, the default space separator is there. You can see this 10 after some space is there. Again 10 after some space is there. This is called default separator. Okay. But sir, I don't want to give the default separator like after value 10 space 10 space. I want to give my own separator means there is a separator attribute that is, look at this SEP. It's an attribute. Default is what? Look at this space only. Default is space. It's saying, okay, like if I use this space, it's coming like this separator attribute. Okay, but actually default space is slash n. Slash n means new line. Now you can see it's new line only. But I am not going to use new line. So I'm just giving some space only. It is not moving towards new line. It's same line only. But I want to give separator with what? Comma. So then you can get the values with comma separator. Do you want to separate the value with your own separator symbol like comma or some hyphens or some colons like colon sign? So what the way you want separate you can. But default separator means if you don't even use separator attribute, then by default it's separate with what? Space. If you want to go with your own separator, then you can provide that comma separator like this. So this is separator attribute SCP. Fine, let's comment this. This is what assigning single value to multiple variables at once. So this is the first statement program, that is multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. And multiple assignment is also process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Yes, multiple values to multiple variables means at once A, B, C, left hand side three variables, and then right hand side what we are assigning, that should be three values, not more or less. Suppose if you are giving three variables in the left hand side, but four values do you want to give right hand side, that's not valid. Same type only out, same length you have to maintain. Print B and then print C. Then let's run it and we are getting the output like 10, 20, 30. But we are bring put into line by line, right? Just because of have written the statements like print ABC. But if you want to display the output in the same line, what we should use? Okay, there is a end attribute is there, end with space, and here also I'm giving end with space, like this. Okay, if I do like this, what is the advantage? See, even though we are using print statements, multiple lines of print statement ABC, but output has to come 10, 20, 30, but in the same line only it will visible. Along with separator attribute also we can use like this here. You can see here separator I'm giving comma. Okay. So if you don't want to move your output values in the next line, still do you want to bring the output values into the same line, then we can use end attribute. If I don't use end attribute, then what will happen? The output will be displayed in the line by line only. But you may get doubt. Without end attribute, why don't you use print a comma b comma c? Yes, that's possible. My question is what? Still, I want to print three statements like print a, print b, print c separately, but I need to bring the output into same line only. In that process, we can use end attribute. End with some space means after this printing the a value, so it is going to end up with some space, then it won't move towards next line. It's bring into same line only like this. Okay. But after C, there is no end is required because there is no value after C, right? So waste of time to print because after 30 anyway space is only there. So this is multiple assignment concept and all the fundamental concepts I discussed in today's session. And indentation is also very important. This is the major in what we can say fundamental concept. Most of the beginner level programmers, they might get confused indentation levels only. So this I'll discuss in the tomorrow session continuation. So as of now, what we discuss in today's fundamentals, which is really important, every fundamental concept you must follow, you should not ignore, like comments, keywords, identify rules and regulations, variables, and multiple assignment, even indentation also, which I am going to explain in the tomorrow session, because if I start, I cannot able to finish with within the quick minutes. So that's what I'm trying to discuss this in tomorrow session. So these are all demo lectures we completed. Total 4 demo lectures with me. 4 recorded videos are ready to send you in your Google Drive. But only the thing is, from tomorrow onwards, if you wish to continue my lectures without fail, so you can please enroll for this course by contacting DURGASOFT today itself only. Okay, before going to join tomorrow session, because tomorrow this link is not going to work. You can't able to join with this link. So only if you enroll with this course, then enrolled students will get updated link that is called a paid link. So you can able to continuously join with that link from tomorrow. So please feel free to contact DURGASOFT for enrollment of this course. Once your enrollment process is over, mostly if you enroll today, by today evening, I'll collect your mails. And once I collect your mails, I can start share this core Python PDF and the 4 video lectures Google Drive folder I'll share to you. So that's all from my end today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead. So indentation fundamental, and again next programming further Python features and theoretical part that is. So tomorrow we'll cover that indentation levels and further basic programming will start. Okay. So have a nice time. Please, if you really wish to continue my lectures, please try to enroll by reaching to DURGASOFT. So they have given already contact numbers and all. So link also mail. So please try to do that. In multiple assignment, continue the.
Sir, in multiple assignment also,
It will create 3 separate variables here.
address also is different, right, sir?
Tell me.
Address will also be different, right? Meaning,
Obviously, address is different. Why? Because 10, 10, 10, 20, 30. If I take a 10, 10, 10, address will be same for all of them. Got
oh,
clarity?
10, 10. But
Hmm.
still it is 3 variables, right, sir? So,
3 variables means what? Actually, the memory address of 10 is same because Python will decide only one
okay.
memory address for storing 10. In that memory, the 10 value store. Then later you can point that 10 value through any variable. Like you want to print this 10, you can go with A or B or C, no problem at all. Look at
Okay.
this address. But if I
Now,
try,
if I change B to 20, it will create a new address, sir.
obviously new address.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
means the A variable pointing only 10 into this memory address. The B variable pointing only 20 into this memory address. So previously you can communicate with the address with any name, A, B, C, value will travel to that variable. But now A, B, C are having different memory address because values are changed. See, if the value is same for multiple variables are pointing means then memory is enough. Whoever come to that memory, then the value will be supplied with what name they want. That's it.
Sir, if I do it separately, like I do A equal to 10, again B equal to 10, C equal to 10 also, it will point to the same address only, right?
Obviously, that is same only. Multiple assignment
Because,
for convenient matter, man. If I see A equal to 10, B equal to 10, C equal to 10, why should I supply 3 lines? Okay.
okay.
That's what just for uh, convenient matter, only within the single line I can able to finish because anyway value is same for all three, no? So you need not to take individual lines. So that's what I'm taking multiple assignment concept like A, B, C equal to one time assignment like this.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So in the multiple assignment, if I don't want to print A, print B, print B, C,
Mm.
can I print A, B, C and wanted to get the result in 3 different lines? Is it possible, sir?
Yeah, possible because A comma B comma C you are saying that. So you are saying that after right now you can see the values are printing in the same line because of we
Same
are
line,
printing
yes.
10, 20, 30. But you mean to say to move to the towards next line, right?
Yes.
Next line means you have to go with slash n like this after B, then after B like this slash n. You have to do manually like this. Slash n means new line escape
New line.
sequence.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Okay.
coming like this.
So end is the same line we get it. Separate is just the with the commas or any separators we
Yes,
get
yes,
it. And
we
for the
get
new line, we have to
s-
do the forward slash with n.
n. Yes, escape
Yeah.
sequence. You have to.
Okay. Okay, sir.
That's all for today and demos, 4 demo lectures. Please enroll for this course to continue my lectures from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow onwards, you will see the new link in your mail if you enroll. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
sir, this course, right, sir? Actually, I want to, sir, this, I want to enroll for the entire full stack till that,
Yeah, yeah.
till,
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. You can, there are 2 options are there in front of you, which I discuss in my first demo lectures. So
yeah, yeah,
whether,
I want to take the second option, sir. Till
yeah,
Django, I want to take, sir.
yes, Django, REST API, Flask, multiple
Ah,
frameworks
ah,
with the database connectivity with the web application projects also will be get. So
okay,
go ahead, no
okay,
problem.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.